Move up, remove your intro. More you must be. I don't record that. I go. I got some boat.
Hey, that man. Hey, now change how to come.
And make a pro.
Every day.
She wasn't to you.
Hey, no, Chavi, I can't meet.
I need music. Check this out.
I like background music. I like background music because every poster what are flag.
Beautiful.
Hey, if you're going to jump, me what's that free? So. Wow, you're going to give me there, good man.
Una cosa lì. La
Utomeka before that show it on.
Say, who did laptop?
Hello everybody, my name is Bryan Kekana, aka Sir Bryan, and you are welcome. This is MADtv. Today I am not alone. I am with Mr. Kasongo over here, Mr. Forrest. You need to fill the T. Mr. Forrest, and yeah, also I'm with Sir Comfort, I'm with Nico, I'm also with Legend, and of course Mamruti Phyllis. And then we are here today. Our topic today is one of the topics that I'm very passionate about. We are talking about fatherlessness, and yeah, this is what we are going to talk about, and I believe this affects everybody out there. As long as you are here and you are alive, you have a father out there. It's either you know your father or you don't know your father. You were raised by your father, or you thought you were raised by your father. It was just nothing. There's always a story behind that. But then one thing I can tell is that this topic affects all of us. And I don't know, before I can read and define everything, what do you think about the topic, Mr. Forrest?
No, you know this topic, ne? This topic is very big and very broad. And I so wish a lot of men can really view some of these topics. Where there's this topic, ne? I wish a lot of men can view, because hey, it scares me whenever we talk about this topic
like this. Yeah, it's very big. Because you know it also affects women and young girls and their mothers, grandparents. It affects everybody. You know, I believe when God created Adam, He gave him the responsibility to be the leader, to be the one responsible for everything. You know, he was a leader. So now when men are not present, when men are absent, obviously then you can see that things won't go as God has planned. There's a lot that will be dysfunctional. You know, a lot of things will be dysfunctional. Families will be dysfunctional. Workplaces will be dysfunctional, because God trusted men with authority and responsibility to manage everything. But then today we have men who are absent and they are not there, and then some they did not say I want to be absent. You know, a lot of things has happened between the parents, you know. But let me define it before we can go into details, and then I'll let everybody also have their opinions regarding this issue. So I'm reading here, our topic is fatherlessness, so I'm going to just define it, and I'll read it slowly so that everybody can understand it, everybody can really put their minds in this thing. It goes like this: fatherlessness refers to a situation where a child grows without the constant physical, number one, emotional or psychological presence of a father. So is the situation where a child grows without the consistent physical, emotional and psychological presence of a father. So now that means that every child must have a father who's there physically, who's there emotionally, who's also there psychologically. They have an impact when they're there, and it continues like this. This may occur when if this may occur even if the father is alive. If the father is alive but absent due to separation, divorce, death, abandonment, work migration, incarceration, or emotional disengagement. So all of these things, they happen. So obviously we have reasons why our fathers were not there, or your father is not there. You have reasons, they have their own reasons as well. But then I believe that as we talk about this thing, our minds and our eyes will be opened, and we'll get to receive and see and see things differently. You know, I believe this affects all of us. So there we go, team. This is the definition of the term fatherlessness, where a child grows in a situation. It's a situation where a child grows without the consistent physical, emotional, and psychological presence of a father. So this is what we are facing as a nation, and mostly as Africans. This is a problem that we are facing in Africa, and particularly South Africa as well, because this is where we see this thing mostly. And so we are facing the issue, and I want to hear the women's perspective or women's view in this regard. What could cause fathers to leave, Mam Ruti? What could cause fathers to leave? You know, I see that sometimes women tend to say you won't have access to the child because you don't give me money, you want this, you know, there are a lot of things. So now let's talk about this thing. Why would women close doors when fathers wants to see their children, or when fathers wants to be part of their children's lives? You know, yeah, let's engage.
Yeah, you're asking big questions, eh? Big questions, yeah, for the big guys.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, one thing I personally have realized, ne? I will talk about the absence of a father and the woman involved to say, I don't want this man near my child. Because that one, you see that part? I heard you mention that one. I want to go straight to that one and tell you my point. Ne? I've realized that a lot of relationships nowadays, they are not centered around seriousness and a goal of marriage,
Of building
family,
of building
structure,
a family, which is, it will end up in marriage, isn't it? So now, today's relationships, ne? Maybe from old, I don't know, I was not there, but relationship today is a dangerous playground, because according to the Bible, a child is a blessing from God.
Sure.
And could it be God blessed you with someone who you never thought could be a blessing or could bring a blessing? Or could it be that, you know, when we play soccer, ne, the team we are playing with matters that time when we are playing with it. After we are done with them, whether we lost or we won, we are going to focus to us. You get what I'm saying? So these days relationships are like we are playing. A lot of people are doing relationships as if they are playing. And
so
if
pushing time.
yeah.
That's what you're saying.
So if it results into there is a child, and when you think about it as a woman, that no, man, here I was intending to play, and you find out that, you know, there are women who abort. You find that you're not that type of a woman, and you choose to say no, but this one, I will take the blame. It's fine. I will bear the consequences. I'll raise a child. Ne? It gets to that point that you played with the wrong person, and by chances the wrong person gave you a child, and now you are in a situation of a lifetime. There's nothing you can do. This wrong person is connected to you somehow because of this child, and you realize that women, they don't want men next to their kids because they know the kind of men that whom have given them kids.
Okay.
To say, let's say, this topic will really need us to go very deep.
Yes.
Because very deep, guys. We really want to go
This
very
is a big topic.
It's a big That's why I said it scares me.
Yeah.
It scares me so much. Because these days, I want to be realistic. Notice if we don't be realistic, we're going to miss a lot of points. These days, intercourse can be made because
I feel like it.
I feel like it.
I was just.
And I want it for that moment.
Sure.
Yes.
There's nothing I want to do with you. I want nothing to do with you. I want nothing. I don't like even hearing your voice.
I liked you then.
I wanted intercourse at that time and you were available. You get what I'm saying? I'm talking about now.
Yes.
This generation. I call it a generation of bastards, guys. I'm so sorry, but I call it a generation. It's a kind of bastard kid. It's African second.
Bastard, it's an English word. It's a son that is born out of wedlock.
A son that is born out of wedlock. A generation of people who don't care what's what. They will tell you are not my father. You get what I'm saying? So they can go to an extent of, you know what, Forrest, I just wanted him for that time. It's unfortunate that I'm in this situation where I am. So we end up in a situation of, you know what, I don't want to near my child. I'll take care of him or her. Stay away. I'm stretching it out, guys.
Oh,
Yes.
it says it refers to a person born to parents not married to each other.
Oh, or my bastard,
Yes, it means it's no. Parents who are not married to each other. So these people are parents in a way. So
Well, still yes, having a child out of wedlock.
yes, but
Yes, the child
out
will
of
be a
wedlock.
bastard.
Out of wedlock could be before you get married. You understand? That is out of wedlock.
But still, even after you get married, I was born out of wedlock. I remain a bastard.
But a bastard is primarily somebody who is born out of parents who are not married to each other, but they are married.
Oh, there's that.
Meaning
term.
that,
There's a part of
now
marriage somewhere.
I have a
Yes.
child with somebody else
Yes.
out there.
Yeah, that child is a bastard.
Oh, now they call it a bastard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I have a father, my father has a wife, and that wife is not my mother.
And the word is offensive, so we must not.
Oh, it's offensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
So
Sorry guys yeah, so it's just like that.
Yes.
When you find out that Ibayembe, Kechichi, and really this guy, I want nothing to do with him. So it leads to, please stay away. I'll take care. That's my point of view on this one.
Yeah. So I also believe that, the word fornication, when God in the book of Galatians, I mentioned all those people that will not enter heaven. He also mentioned the fornicators. People are always saying that where is it written where sex before marriage is sin. We have one word for it, that is fornication. And then now when God said people should marry, he was looking at it because God can see what will happen in the future. I believe that God knew that when people have children before they are married to each other, things like this will happen. Women will be angry and they will close doors and say, you won't see that child, I'll raise that child alone, or the father will just will be overcome by fear and then they'll flee. And then now there's that time where parents now will divorce. The next thing that I won't see my children anymore. So I believe that God knew everything. So God he's all about a family structure. He's all about a man, a woman, and children. That's what God wanted from the beginning.
Yeah,
that's what God wanted from the beginning. Yeah. So now when we as people go against that, we have children, we have people who say that they have children with this one and another child with that one and another one. You know, now you have children all over, and you are a man, you have children, and then there's no way that you can be present in all those children's lives, because of now you are moving from one place to another. And again, we are facing, as a country, we are facing high unemployment rate. You are not working. You have children who need school uniform, who need schoolwork, who needs transportation, who needs food, and you can't afford. So now this makes the mothers angry. They close doors even more. You understand?
Yeah.
Because of now they are filled with bitterness, and they become bitter and say, like, you know what, I want nothing to do with that man because he used me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then now the day you start working, they'll start attacking you with maintenance and all of that. So now you become angry, then you intentionally say, I'm not gonna support the kids. You know, this affects, and then it's two adults fighting each other. They forget that children are impacted. Children are suffering while they fight each other. That's my problem. This is where I go, because of now we as an educator, I teach children, and then I can see the impact that this thing has in their lives, over their lives. You know, they are impacted by this thing because now they are suffering. One will say, I don't even know my father, I've never heard of his name, I've never seen him, and my mother does not want to talk about him. You understand? Nobody knows about this. So I'm growing. You understand? So when these children become thieves, when they steal, when they kill people, when they rape people, we then blame them. But they don't know. They don't have a father figure role. They don't have somebody who will teach them a man is supposed to behave like this. A man is supposed to do 1, 2, 3. They don't have that. You understand? So, and then you have children where their mothers, today they bring this man, next week it's another man. So now the kids are still confused. And like, who's the father figure?
Who's the uncle?
You understand?
Because sometimes they introduce them as uncles.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
now I have uncle number 1,
Yeah.
I have uncle number 2.
And this one uncle gives me money, that one does not give me money.
Yes.
This uncle shouts at me.
And then
That uncle is my favorite.
Yeah, hey.
hey, but then these women, they don't see how this thing affects the children. You know, psychologically, emotionally, they won't be.
But for some of these women, they are trying to give love a second chance, not knowing that, you know, the man will leave. They give a guy a chance to, like, because they want to build a family.
So can I
Consider your children. Be considerate of your children.
before we there's something I've realized, né? And I really don't know how we look at things as men, because you are here, Bryan, as a man. You meet a woman. Let's say she has 3 kids of different fathers. Why would you, as a man, make another kid? I have an issue with that with love, because listen, one time we had a situation somewhere whereby a father has a kid with a woman. This kid is the last one amongst the 4. And now it's Christmas. These 3, their fathers are nowhere to be found. And when as a man you have the last one, and it's Christmas,
You want to buy your
you want to buy for this one because it's yours, and leave the others as a man. And of course, how can we work it out? But my question behind it is, why would you, as a man,
want to make another kid?
Another kid,
I
when
think-
you see there's already chaos here.
I think initially it's because you love the woman.
Yes.
And you are trying to want to
play the
start a
the
family
role.
with that woman. You also want your biological son. And initially the child should be born out of love. 2 people loving one another.
I believe that was the thing. The
The thing
child
is-
was born out of love.
That's the initial plan of God, that the child must be born out of love. Between 2 people who love one another, the child, it's a fruit of love. So if I found you with 3 kids and I love you enough, then the child can be born. But I think it is also my responsibility to also, I have to also buy for the other 3 kids that I found you with. Not because I choose to, but it's because I love you. I do these things because I love you. I want to raise this family because I love you. The initial thing is, the initial thought should be my love for this woman. So the issue that comes is when a man find that kind of a woman and has got a good intention as a man, but the woman is not stable because of the trauma that she went through with the fathers of those kids. Yeah. So when she's not stable, the man can try until but it's simply because the woman also is traumatized based on the previous relationship. Because it's a trauma. It's not funny, but it's a trauma. So when you do something nice to her, she always think, well, no man, why would this person be so nice to me?
Because she's used to
those kind of
and stuff.
people. So as a man, then you walk away. You live here with the fourth child. You know. But when you were present, when you were present, I think it's also as a man, we should take responsibilities for kids who are not biologically ours, as long as they are in our vicinity. I think as a father, it's a title that you must not put on and put off when you have your own kids.
Yes.
As a father, you must always be father wherever you are.
Yes.
In school, at
That's
church,
at
work, anywhere. So what more in the house where you find 3 kids there?
But then is it fine if I buy mine Adidas and the rest I buy Atata?
It is not fine. Remember, the kids will fight. The first 3 will now hate your kids. The first 3 will now hate you, and then I know of this that
remember
I've also heard of a situation.
I'm talking about.
Remember,
it's something I've seen happening.
It happens a lot. It's a common problem because I've heard of a story where now the woman took these shoes or the clothes, the expensive clothes, and then she went and exchanged them so that she can now buy cheaper clothes for everyone. So now you buy clothes for your child, and then the mother will say, no, can I get the sleeves so that I can change them? Maybe she will lie and say,
do you know what that's meant?
What if a stepfather, I mean not a stepfather, a father who is not staying with you, you have 3 kids, you have a man, you are living with a man, and this man is broke, not really broke, but does not have enough money to buy expensive clothes. So this father who is not available, buys your kids expensive clothes, and you are 4. The 2 is yours, the other one is not yours, and then this one is a very expensive clothes.
Yes.
So what do you do as a father who's there? Because now this one will be wearing Adidas, and yours will be wearing what are the cheap shoes? Atata. So
okay,
I think that's another
now
challenge.
do you know what that tells us? That tells us that a lot of these issues that we have with father, the foundation of all, could it be a woman?
I don't think so.
We can't really play a blame game. Women, of course, both parents, we should blame both parents. And I believe that they are adult enough to understand that this thing will affect kids. They are adult enough to understand that if I do stupid things like that, then my kids will suffer. If I choose my child alone, then other kids will suffer. My child will experience bullying because of the other kids will start bullying your child, and now your child will grow up with trauma, and then the next thing they have self-hate. The next thing, when they grow up, I'm not loved, 1, 2, 3, 4, my father does not love me, my mother does not love me, my siblings, they don't love me, then already we have a problem that will in future become a bigger issue. The next thing, their children, they won't speak to each other because of now. It started while they were kids themselves.
Yeah.
You see, today when we see parents fighting and siblings fighting and their children are fighting each other as well, it's because of this was an issue. When the father is not present, when the family structure is not what God wanted it internally to be, then there's a lot of chaos happening.
Yeah, I know there's one more.
You understand? Yeah. There's a lot of chaos going on. Now you have kids mixed blood and all of that, and people don't even think straight.
Mixed blood. Yeah.
Well, yes, that one would explain it like that. Because now, also we should talk about fathers who sends money, and then they think that me sending money is me being present in my child's life. Me sending money for the expensive Adidas is me being present in my child's life. But then what I've read before is that the father must be present physically. The father must be present emotionally. He must also be present psychologically. This means that my child should experience my love. My child should experience my presence. My child should experience me. You know, when they think their mind should be filled with thoughts of me as well. You know, they should not think about, oh, my father will send money month end. Oh, I don't know my father. You understand? So you sending money doesn't mean that you are present in your child's life. You understand? You sending Adidas does not mean that you are present in your child's life. That child still needs your presence. That child still needs your hug. You know, that today we have girls who are moving from one boy to another because of they are longing for the love from a male figure. Their father should have given them that love, but then they are searching it. They find it in different boys. And today, and then that's why they're going to have a child with this one. The next thing they're going to have a child with another, because they're searching for something. But if the father was present from the beginning, that child will say, I know my worth, and I know that I'm going to get married to one man. I'm going to have children in my marriage. You understand? That's what I believe. No, so now because of the father is not present, we have things happening. A lot of things are happening, and then the government is also to be blamed because of now they will continue to give you SASA and say continue making
What's wrong with
babies.
SASA?
No. Remember, psychologically, mothers they are grateful that the SASA they continue with having children.
What is nobody king like that? Say, do you know there is a lot of women who
I don't believe that.
you don't believe it?
I don't believe that. I don't believe that a woman can make a child just because he wants 400 rand. How much is it now?
I don't know, 500. I don't.
500 rand. I don't believe that a woman can intentionally do it because they want to get a child. I mean, they want to get a grant.
Say, I'm
money.
telling you, you've never.
That's
you've
money.
Never
Money is the root of all. The love of money
I'm
is the root
telling
of all evil. You won't even think
you
about
never.
it.
You've
Guys,
never.
Guys, Bafu. What's all Malaka guy? Do you know Nepisi guy?
That 500 alone get meleke. So you thinking that then you will get more money and buy clothes and buy that.
If you sit with them and listen to them talk about SASA, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Well, I just those ones don't take care of children. They are those ones who just
You would
children
even
one.
hear one say, if I had 3, it's one mama.
What?
Imagine. Nkatata phone. Say,
Unemployment.
I tell you,
unemployment.
do you know how much 100 rand worth to someone who does not even have 50 rand for 3 months?
But that 100 rand to raise a child.
No,
I mean, like,
in their mind,
in their minds, because
it's
it's
like
a lot.
10,000 because of they don't.
Something I'm not familiar with.
But I hear you on that part. 100 rand it becomes more when you don't have. But I am saying, how can a woman intentionally get pregnant so that they can get 500 a month while it costs thousands of rands to raise a little child?
Lack of knowledge.
Level of knowledge, of course.
Because they are all there.
Comes in place.
They are all there. As we speak, they are there. They are raising kids.
So I am saying, well, maybe those are those ones who don't care about kids, because there are kind of women who does not care about kids.
Yeah, but they keep making
They leave them hungry. They leave them smelling, wearing the same papas the whole day.
And they keep making kids.
Yeah.
Let's be honest about that.
Yeah,
They keep making
there are those,
kids.
but there are very few. There are very few. So I don't think we must say SASA is wrong, because the intentions of SASA is to help those who are disadvantaged.
It is to help them, né?
Yeah.
But psychologically, then it has made something. It's like how you receive something as a woman who does not work for you, then that money is worth something else. You understand?
You know,
that
Sasa, it's meant for a woman who had a child with a man who passed away, and the woman is unemployed. That's the widow's man. It's almost like a widow's man. Remember in the Bible when the Bible says in the house of God there must be a food for widows. No, I'm just giving it.
No. But yeah, everything is there. Everything is there, man. Yeah. Well, it's responsibility of government to take care of people that come to.
But because, as well as unemployment, it contributes a lot to women who want to tie men to being responsible for them. You get what I'm saying? There are women who would want a kid with you because they see that you are a potential. Even if you're no longer with them, you can be responsible. They know that I must have a kid with this one.
You can send that one.
He will send that one.
Yeah, they do that, especially when you have money. They do that. And sometimes they lie.
So
that
I
contributes
fail
as
to
well
understand
to
when two adults do this thing and they bring a child here and then the child suffers. I fail to understand because of this thing affects our children. They face a lot of things, and how they grew up also gets to be affected. You know, how they engage with people, how they become adults also is another thing, because now it will be a cycle now. They will be the same, they will do the same things that their parents are doing. You know, you were conceived in high school, now you are in high school, you are conceiving your firstborn.
Sure.
You know, it becomes a cycle because of now that there's no father in your life, and you don't know. You know, a true father will be then tell you that, my child, you need to put your future first. You need to take care of your future. Make sure that you study, make sure that you are focused at school, and then you achieve your goals. Become something better in life. Don't just focus on I'm dating and I have a boyfriend or I have a girlfriend. The next thing, your future ends there. After matric, you have nothing to do but take care of your child. That is something that we should not have as a goal in life.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, it affects our children.
Very much.
Yeah.
I think lately, I've realized this program it's moving much that empowers women. I've realized that women are having a lot of empowerment programs that empowers them. And we have less for men. We really have less programs that empowers men.
Because men are already empowered. But
Empowered by what?
But because I feel empowerment means that somebody has been living under some sort of they've been suppressed. The rights of women were suppressed before. They were not allowed to go to school.
Now,
they were not allowed to.
So what I'm saying is, listen.
I understand what you're saying. So I'm trying to say, normally men were already empowered in a way.
So are you saying men don't need those programs?
No, they don't need those programs to empower them, but they need programs that will help them to become better men. Not a program that will
let's use that
like don't abuse women. You understand those programs? It's programs that says women empowerment in a sense that they must get leadership roles in government. They must have 50% rights in a marriage, stuff like that. Because before they did not have rights at all. In some other countries, they still are not allowed to go to school. They don't have a right to go to school as a woman. So women were suppressed from the beginning. So the movements were meant to at least bring awareness to say women also are allowed, should be allowed to have rights and have organizations that will empower them to become people, because they were not regarded as people at some point.
And I hear you very well. That's a good point. But now, this one I want to raise now, that the power that men had from back then, what was a bit skewed, was a bit oppressing to women. That is why today we are having a lot of programs that empowers women. But now, the issue is, since then, the power that men had, which means I still have, because man is not being empowered, he already has power. Since then, that is the power that I have. It's not the relevant power that I should be heavy.
Maybe we need to
We
redefine
need-
the power.
Yes,
We need to give this
that's what I'm
power
saying.
A new function.
Do you know where I'm going?
definition,
You know where I'm
because,
going?
Yes, men are not
Yeah.
following that. They're not doing the right things.
Because today, a woman is being channeled. And now a man who is not being channeled is expected to lead a woman who's being channeled. A man who comes with a power that is skewed to a woman comes to a woman who is being channeled, who knows how a man should operate and how a man should be. And now that man comes with that power, we don't love it, we don't want it. It suppresses a woman. That's where we end up women having more power than men. And it end up women deciding if you're going to father my kid or not.
So what happens is that when women were being empowered, the man was never taught to release power
To women.
to women in a good way.
Okay.
So as a man was supposed to be releasing power and give women power and rights so that women can have their voice. In doing so, a man felt like a woman is disrespectful in a way. So somehow a man started to defend themselves in a way, and it ended up being an abuse to a woman because they were not taught how to release power in a loving way. So it becomes a struggle to want to have a woman and then you share the same power or the same level. It's still hard for men to do that. And then abuse happens when a man and a woman are not in agreement of the fact that a man must know that now a woman has a right. A woman must have a weight. Because Basadi they were not allowed to talk. They were not allowed to have a weight. They were not allowed to make decisions. They would ask you where you're going and they will just see you going where you are taking them, but they would not like be involved in decision making. So you have to make decisions for them, for the children. So in us becoming open to them in decision making and all those kind of things, we are not taught. It's almost like when you teach a girl child to say no to a man, but you don't teach a man to hear no.
No.
So that is why
That's what I'm trying to say.
A boy child abuses a girl
Yes.
child because they are not taught to hear no. The girl is taught to say no, but this one does not take no. They say, well, no, you look like you want, but they can because the ear is skewed to hear no. You understand? Yeah, you look like you want, and they end up raping the child because they are not taught to say no. So as much as I know what you are saying, Mike, is that also a man needs to have campaigns of awareness and where we teach one another, where we are equipping one another. Actually, it's equipment that we need, not empowerment, because we're already empowered.
Rechanneling from that power.
Yes, we
That
need
old
to be
power.
equipped. Yeah.
So are you saying that in the 21st century, are you saying that the country or the government or the leadership of our country has failed to teach men and boys in the 21st century to teach them that? Because now it's been years.
Yes.
It's been over 40 years now or 30 years now. And then, are you saying that even in the next coming 10 years, our boys will have the same mentality?
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And even worse, because the times are changing. There's a lot of things that are changing. Social media, people are the mind is shifting towards because the firstly affair, as the Bible says, but when the government, it's not actually the responsibility of the government. It's just that it's them who brought this 50-50 thing and the women empowerment. But it's also a responsibility of a church. I think a church needs to come and take responsibility and play its role, because even in church we are not teaching these things. You understand? We are not teaching these things. We are teaching a submission over a pastor of the church. We are teaching submission. Submission, we teach it well.
Over tithe.
We teach it well when we teach it that it must be done to a pastor.
Yeah.
But we don't teach submission and love one another when it must be done in the family.
Husband and wife.
Structure, yeah.
We don't teach it well. But when I have to have the church to submit to me, I will open scriptures that you must all do all these things to me. But we are not equipping a man and a woman to submit to one another, because the Bible that does not say that a woman must submit to a man. It says, submit ye one to another.
Yes.
So all of you must submit to one another. When I love my wife, I am submitting to her. You understand? When she respects me, she's submitting to me. So the church does not teach these things as they should. I don't want to blame the government, because the government is not my authority. Bible is my authority.
Could it be the reason why in our churches we have lack of men? We don't have a lot of men in our churches.
Yeah.
Could it be that?
Yes, it is. It is.
Because
It is, because Muruti makes him the center that every man, because men don't like submission. You understand? So they go and have their own, where people can also bow down to them and greet them and all those things. So if men can come together in support of a pastor as friends, like Jesus Christ described it, it will be easier. But if I want all these guys to bow down to me, submit to me, and do all these things to me, they will also want people to. I'm not against
it's like
submission.
That in the near future they should desire the same thing. They should have the same thing.
They do that. You understand? They do that because it is being done to them.
Yeah.
It's being done to. I mean, they are
doing
it to
it
me.
to another person.
They are doing it to
it like
somebody must do it to
same
them.
thing. You know what? The other day I was thinking that, okay, now I have paid lobola for my wife, and then I'm not a fan of lobola. I'm not a fan of lobola. I want people to get married.
Yeah.
But because I paid it, I look at my child and say, how much can I get there? You understand?
You want to bring it back now.
You get what I'm saying? But in church you must understand that men are leaders by nature. So if you are leading men and you want them to honor you as the main man, you will always have women in church. Because men don't like doing that.
You know, when he speaks about the lobola thing, it reminds me of something. You know, my father used to say to me, my stepfather used to say to me,
your father,
when he sends me to buy him something, every time when he wants me to go and get him something, start by telling me a story first. That what's about na kana kula na shopo ni le go khole butu no gono to amo es gape mo ko masoti we ya shopong ile yona shopo ile teng. So he would tell you of a distance of 10 kilometers, whereas when the shop you are going to, it's about 500 meters to go. And he's comparing you to the 10 kilometers. In other words, he's saying, don't count when I send you. You are paying back my 10 kilometers that I did yesterday. Yeah, you come back now. Because when are we whole? You see, they tend to do things to kids because the same happened to them.
It happened to them, yeah.
But that's being selfish, you know.
True.
We should have kids out of love.
Yeah.
Like you were saying in the beginning, that we should, when kids were created, it was out of love. Both parents, they wanted this child, they loved the child, and now, but I have a problem, you know, with couples that are not married. Most of the time, when a child is here, they separate. That is the beginning of fatherlessness now. They separate, and then you ask, no, I don't know. The child is here. Remember,
Bakhala.
Yes.
Okay.
They separate. The mother does not want the father anymore. It's just another thing. And then, so I always wanted to know why. You know.
I had someone.
Yeah.
I agree. You always wanted to know why.
Yes, I will explain it from my point of view. I always wanted to know why, and then now I got married, and then my wife got pregnant. She fell pregnant, and then so I got to see the process. I got to experience the process of pregnancy. You know, and then everything that was happening, the body changes, the moods and everything. I understood the process. You understand? I knew why she needed me in her life during the process, during the pregnancy. I knew, and then I was like, okay, maybe it's because of during her pregnancy the guy was not there. The boyfriend was not there.
You see
so
where
this woman was suffering.
The
woman was suffering because of they need you there emotionally. They need you there physically. They need you there psychologically, but you are not there. When it's a school girl and then she's writing her exams, you are studying and you are doing well, or you are sleeping. She's studying while she's experiencing the trauma and everything in her body, and then now you once the baby is here, you want to be there, but you were never supportive emotionally. You know, that is another thing that men don't know. Women go through this thing, and then they need you here, but you're not here. That is why we should have children in marriage, because of now when she suffers, you are there. You know, when she needs you to massage her back, because of now during the late stages you need to massage, and then you are not there. She's struggling, she's suffering alone. You understand? Then that's where she starts to hate you, and then she does not want you, and then the baby's here, now you want to be happy. Where were you when I was suffering? Where were you when I needed, I was craving stuff? You were not even providing.
Hot wings.
You know, those hot wings. Jiggy I want McDonald's, and then there's no McDonald's in your town, but you understand? So men need to understand that other side of pregnancy as well. That these women, they go through this process, and then they need you there, but you're not there. It's exam time, she's studying, you are sleeping, or you are studying, and you pass, and she fails. Because while she was trying to study, all of a sudden I feel she feels like I want to sleep, because of the body wants to sleep, or the baby wants to sleep, and then she will sleep. That means that she's going to fail tomorrow's test.
Yeah. So the bitterness starts there.
It starts there.
Another thing that I've realized with me and my wife is that throughout the process of her pregnancy, especially when she had to give birth, I think I felt sorry for her when she was in pain.
Yes.
And every time I remember it, I love her more.
That is true.
I love her more. Whenever that thing comes to me, I was traumatized just watching it.
Yeah, the pain, man, you can feel it as well. You can see it, and then you're like, yo God, if I can, let me take the pain. You understand? So men can know this thing. And then so when the woman says Aksa Onyaga Zamaya, you know, then they're happy to leave. But they don't want to understand, why are you like this? Why are you treating? Because you were not there, number one. And now you want to be happy, and we should.
This thing is not meant for one person to deal with it alone.
Yes.
It's not meant for one person to deal with it alone. She might carry it for 9 months, but she's not supposed to go through it alone.
It's your pay.
Also with the ways that she receives, you know, because she's the one with the evidence. She's pregnant, and then there's evidence. But the man he can go everywhere. You know, nobody will say, why now, what.
We even congratulate men for impregnating these days.
Oh.
You are the man, my we shall see.
But then are you gonna be there for the child? No. You understand? So men, we need to discuss this thing. Okay. Also the after pregnancy, when the child is here, they still need your support. They still need those massages. They still need you to do stuff for them, because now they're still in pain. Their body is still readjusting, you know, and it takes time. Jiggy, they have mental block where they always forget stuff. They need a man to be there.
So are you telling me that after I impregnate a lady and their family comes, and they want me to pay damage. Do you think it's a way of God creating a relationship between two families so that the man can be available? Because remember, I impregnate her, and at home they don't know me. Wow. Kwa issue abamutsebi. Mara hona le ntwela ya go no ba to tisha molato. You see that part? Ale go lugare modimo ka tsela yewe o nyaka gore monna na bila a shumishe ntwela le ka monna
a gono
ba gore a thege mosadi o ka ke na monga diphoso tse.
Our families it could be that, but our families they want you to pay lobola then. Yes, you paid for the damage, but you can't be with the girl.
Yeah.
She still has to go through this alone. You understand? But if really they allow you to be there for the woman or for the lady and be there for the child even after, then I would say maybe you were there emotionally. You supported the woman. You were with her. You know, whenever she goes for doctor's appointments or clinics appointment, you were there. But most of the time she goes alone. She comes and you don't even ask.
You know
what
was the issue here? The issue was also our culture. Our culture says that when a woman has to give birth, she must go back to her house, stay with her mother.
Okay.
It's a culture thing. So in that period you are missing the part of you bonding with them in that process, because she's at her mother's house, and with Western people they don't do that. They just stay together and
they get to experience this
and
together.
experience those things. Another thing about Kisalmo Western people is that that affects us as black fathers. We have white audience, I hope you will understand. That affects us as black fathers is that at some point we have been, like you know the black history, through slavery, in South Africa, apartheid and stuff. So even economically, we have been disadvantaged that to an extent a father must leave the mother at home and go and work in job. And then the mother here must raise the child, and then the father sometimes the whole year as a week because of work. You understand? And in that process, because
you're missing out, the child grows
without a father.
Yes.
And when you are there as well as a father, but back in the day it was less because women were always at home. So the child grows without you, and the child does not have a model of how it is to be a father. The only thing that they know is that I must apparently overall at some point and go and work in Joburg. Apparently overall at some point and go and work in Joburg. So when they grow up, they marry, they move to Joburg, leave the mother to suffer with the child alone. And when they are in Gauteng, they are raising a child of another woman and another father, because until there will be a garden boy in the garden of a white person. In that house, the white man is there, and the husband and the wife are there. You are raising their kids. And then the white kid grows with the present fathers. Yours is growing alone with the mother there. And then there's always that gap between us, because the white child grows with the present father. Yes, two. Plus a garden man. Yeah. But the black kid there just grows with the people who Mama Biteng, those guys who are not working at home. The peer. They grow up around those kind of groups because your father is not there. And then there's always that gap between us and them. But I think at this point in time, we have an opportunity to bridge the gap. Sure. Because we have our wives who are not staying at home anymore, who are working together with us. We have to try and be present with them. I think that's another thing. If anybody had to ask me, why are we like this, it's also the culture and the background that contributed to this thing. But at some point we have to break the chain at some point.
Okay, this is a big topic, and then I know that we only spoke 30% of it, and there's still more to be said regarding the topic. But I want us to go to solutions. What can we say to our brothers, our fathers, our uncles, our grandfathers, and just our boys out there? What can we teach them? What can we say? What can we say to them? Because we need solutions. We still have our girls growing up without fathers. We still have our boys growing up without fathers. This is a challenge that we are facing everywhere. You know, when a boy or a girl does not have a father figure role, their lives gets to be messed up. So now let's work on fixing that as a country. Or what can we say to our brothers out there?
Number one, I would say to my sisters that sorry.
Of course, yes.
But heal and allow that guy to have a relationship with that child. I know it's hard because of what they might have done to you. They might have hurt you. They might have not been there in the beginning. They might have said no, it's not their child, but now they want to come, and all these can be so frustrating. But I would say to you, my beautiful sister, that, you know, for the sake of the child, just let it go. Don't. I'm not saying Muri have a relationship, have a friendship with the father, but allow him to have a relationship with the child. It's not for your sake. It's for the sake of the child. And then I would say to my brothers there that, like, do all you can to be there for your children, not just financially, because I know some of you try to be there financially, but also be there emotionally and spiritually. Be there for your children. Do not neglect the simplest thing, like texting them on their birthdays, saying congratulations to them when they have accomplished something. Take note of those small things and do what you can.
That is correct. I think, for me, I think we should encourage men to go into mentorship. Why? Because of we cannot father everyone, but then if as a right brother or as a right person, you can mentor a group of boys or a group of girls, and a group of boys as a father or as a male figure, you mentor these boys into becoming better husbands, into becoming better fathers, into becoming better businessmen. You know, it's like you teach them how to become a man. You redefine whatever they know, and then you give it a new meaning, you give it purpose, you give it you are intentional in training them into becoming future husbands. So I believe that once you sow a seed in their lives, then this group of boys, they will go out there and sow a seed again in other people's lives, and the tree will grow. Eventually we'll have a new generation that knows how to become better fathers. You know, that's what I believe in, and yeah, we should implement that. You know, I encourage all fathers to just find a boy, you know, even that boy down your street, you know, talk to that boy and invite them into your lives and engage with them. Let them feel free around you, and let them express themselves, and just teach them how to become fathers, how to become men who are full of respect and who are intentional. Yeah.
Very true. Another one I'm thinking, as men, guys, let's avoid as much as we can to keep on impregnating these ladies. Let's marry.
Yes.
Let's marry them so that all these kind of disadvantages that we are having, that makes us not to be there for our kids. Could it be that we are not married? We want to play a husband part and we are not. We didn't pay the price. Let's marry them, and then so that a lot will be cut off. Because now I'm schooling, she's pregnant. Like Bryan said, they need a back massage. How am I gonna give her? She's there, I'm there.
Even after paying the damage.
Yeah, even after paying the damage. Now I'm an enemy to their family. I've messed her career. So let's avoid as much as we can. Let's avoid.
That's very important for the youth to know that, like I say, that a child must be born out of love, and biblically you are allowed to marry a woman when you love them. So out of your love for this lady in marriage, that's where you can have kids. I think we can avoid a lot of stuff. So it is important also to mentor, like Bafo said, but it is very important as an existing father at the moment. As an existing father,
to be there.
It is very, very important.
Whether you're a stepfather, you should mention that as well.
Yes, as long as there's a child that it's in your circumference that you are responsible for as a stepfather, take responsibility and raise that child. Let's not shift accountability. Sometimes we give excuses. Mama, I think there shouldn't be any excuse for you not to be there for your child. There shouldn't be any excuse. If wahana ilwa, fight, go to court, and try and do everything that you can, so that when the child is grown, say, well, at least my father tried. Rather than to just fold your arms and say, well, no, mama wahana worry, I should be there for you. I think we are living in a broken society that if a father there and the father there and the father there take their responsibility, we will at least have a better society than we are having currently.
Okay, thank you. To our mothers and sisters, you should know that it is now a crime to deny a father their rights to see their children. So if you do that, just know that the father can open a case and you'll be arrested. So just open your minds and open your hearts and allow the fathers to be there for their children. And we are saying this because we want you to know people perish because they lack knowledge. So you should know that the moment you say you don't have the rights to see my children, the father can open a case and then you'll be arrested just like that. So yeah, thank you.
Get married now and stop sinning.